Hello there, my name is Wale Farron. I'm a tech entrepreneur. This is Tech Roundup, your weekly opinion, views, and analysis of the top tech events happening around the world with a focus on Nigeria. This week, we'll talk about NIPOST attempt to increase charges on logistics service providers in Nigeria, and we'll wrap up the analysis segment with a product review. Stay tuned for the number of the week, which is at the end of the show. It's all packed, so let's get started. The Nigerian Postal Service introduced new charges that will cause an increase in the cost of licensing for logistic and courier service providers. This resulted in major outrage all over the internet, and I think rightly so. See the link on the screen to read the breakdown of charges in an article on TechRoundUp website. News of these charges came with so much backlash, especially online, and fortunately it proved enough to get the attention of the federal government because, as the Premium Times reported, on Saturday, the Minister of Communication and Digital Economy rejected the proposed increment on the fees for courier services companies by the Nigerian Postal Services, NIPOST. The increase in charges would affect three main industries or verticals in our economy: e-commerce, the small and medium-sized businesses, SMEs, and the ride-hailing companies. And here is why. One, with COVID-19 came a boom in the Nigerian commerce space, as many consumers had since the lockdown become dependent on online shopping. This, without a doubt, will affect this interesting development if the government should let this charge increase happen. It will without a doubt increase the price of online goods, and eventually the boom in online shopping culture may drop drastically. Two, small businesses are the backbone of the economy, and the same can be said for most economies around the world. This kind of abrupt increase on charges will only further impact small businesses that are trying to navigate these tough times. Allegedly, NIPOST had already started seizing delivery motorcycles and demanding fees of up to 250,000 naira from some businesses. And lastly, the ride-hailing businesses too, since the beginning of 2020, has had to readjust, restructure, and reevaluate a lot of their offers. For those firms who have delved into the logistics space full-time, these charges may have completely ruined their already slim chance of surviving. Even if these charges do get implemented, the NIPOST need to allow enough time for the economy to stabilize rather than implementing an outright increase that could result in the shutdown of operation of those involved in logistics. There are smarter, more mutual and productive ways to coexist. NIPOST can learn from bodies like CBN and the NCC, who have established industry groups to consult before implementing new regulation. That's it for our analysis segment. When we come back, we'll switch gears a little for a product review. Stay tuned. So welcome to the product review segment where we look at a product in the tech space in Nigeria. We evaluate it and we sort of give it a score. I have a guest today who is joining us. I have the pleasure of being with Rotimi Olu-David, who is a executive creative director at one of the leading creative agency, TISV in Lagos. Rotimi, thanks for joining virtually. We're going to be reviewing an interesting product today. It's called Business Corner. Business Corner is by NetPlus. So for full disclosure, I'm part of the product team. So in this product review, I'm actually not going to be grading. Rotimi will do all the scoring for this one. And we're going to look at it from 5 different lenses. We're going to look at the problem that the product is solving. We're going to look at its value proposition. We're going to look at the competitive landscape. We'll look at UI, which is user interface, and we're going to look at UX. And Rotimi is a perfect person to help us with this. So we'll start. The website is businesscorner.netpluspay.com. And the product, what it does is very simple. It provides a bills payment platform for businesses. So as a business, you can register, sign up, and boom, you have a platform where you can sell bills. That's really what it does. From a scale of 1 to 10 on each component, let's do this really quickly. Like I said, I will not be grading in this one. In terms of problem that it is solving, especially during this COVID time, what will you grade this over 10?
I don't want to sound too biased, but I think I'll raise it over 10 because, like I said, it solves a problem that's already existing, and it takes it from 0, to 10 in terms of the fact that people can conveniently receive their funds whilst being for the comfort of their homes.
From a value proposition perspective, in terms of how does this appeal to businesses at home, how will you grade this 1 to 10 as well?
Yeah, from a value proposition, I'll grade it. I'll grade it. I'll be a bit stingy this time around, and I'll give you an 8. And the reason why I'll give it, in between 7 and 8, but I'll go with 8 is the fluidity of this. Once I still register, what next, for me. I understand the things I'm trying to achieve, but I also want to show where, as a business person, I need to be able to understand through the process from this platform and to you. I think maybe one thing that might not have been communicated properly is once you start making your earnings, at what point do I, am I making my profit instantly, or am I going to make my profit at the end of the year?
The next one is the competitive landscape. 1 to 10, how will you rate Business Corner?
In terms of competitive landscape, I'll be a bit stingy as well too, and I'll give it a 7. And the reason I'm giving a 7 is I'm knowing fully well that there are a few other currently active processes that people use in making payment, like the USSDs, the QR code scanners, that are a bit more of just scan my phone and I'll get my transaction. Because I feel like there might still be a bit of a tapping before I get through, whilst making my transaction, I'll become a bit. So maybe by the time it evolves to a point where the processes for making payment or receiving cash are just a few clicks without having to do too much of tap here.
And then the UI followed by the UX. How would you rate that?
The UI, I'll up it up a little bit, and I'll give it another 8. From the user interface, because like I said, it's a very clean, clear website without too many things, and the interface is pretty simple and pretty clear, straight to the point, easy to read. Accessibility is pretty there for everybody who seems to have whether poor eyesight, or you can always easily use it because it's web. I think it's like also noticed that it's also on a very secure website, so that also builds trust fully well that my data will not be shared. The user experience, based on what I've mentioned before, I'll give it a 6 again, and fully well that, and that's because I haven't seen through the entire process from at what points do I get to this bit. I want to show when I begin to come in here, even though without reading too much, I want to be able to get a little bit of intro at the beginning, which is almost like the mentality of how people see landing pages. If I come in here and I see a form, my mindset is I'm just filling this form, I'm moving on. So why is it that when I'm done filling the form, then I get more information? Why don't I get some information first before I fill the form? And that way, just almost like saying, letting me know what I'm getting into before I get into it.
Thank you very much, Rotimi. So that's the end of the product review. It seems like Business Corner got Rotimi's attention, and we will probably be in the upper, close to excellent in the Tech Roundup review. You see what that mark is on your screen right now. Until next time, when we bring another product for review and another leader in the tech space to help us with the review, take it easy and see you next time. Thank you. So our number of the week. Our number of the week is 608 million. That's the number of packages that Amazon ships on average every year, which equates to an estimated 1.6 million packages a day. Let's think about that. When will our e-commerce get to that point? Hopefully very soon. As always, we'd like to hear from you. We'd like to get your comment and feedback. So please follow me on Twitter @WaleFaron. Have a great week ahead and see you again next week.